Okay, we're back. This is a playthrough for the loner adventure we've started, mini micro adventure, to intend to complete this one fairly quickly. It is a sword and sorcery fantasy with a wizard named Thrain. Thrain has two spells: lightning bolt and wind, carrying a magical staff and an invisibility potion. He's from Endora. His master, the master mage, sent him on a quest to explore the lost caverns of the Count. But what it really is, we've determined, is that Thrain is there to find a magic goblet that used to be left in a creek bed for wanderers and travelers by an insane count like Vlad the Impaler, who actually did that. Nobody dared ever steal it because, I mean, you don't steal something that was left out by Vlad the Impaler. Similarly, this count is also rumored to be undead vampire now. That goblet that was left out for the travelers, the magic, the enchanted goblet, has been stolen. And these are the caverns beneath the ruins of the dead or supposedly undead Count's castle. Now, our man Thrain is a bit of a bumbling wizard, and his mage, his teacher, his master mage, has sent him on this quest to find the goblet. Let's move this just a little bit. Let's move the camera just a little bit more to find the goblet. And he has so far cleared one large room, or excuse me, two small rooms here. It's kind of messy, but and gone through one secret passageway, and found yet another in a large room, a large area, not much else. But he's now in this cavern, and he has encountered a creature, a monster, a revivified skeleton that claims to be the keeper of the gate, or the keeper of the gates. This is the secret entrance into the main proper, the main area, I suppose, of the main cavern where the goodies, where the treasure, where the goblet must be hidden away, and also most likely this undead or vampiric count is also hidden away. Now, one thing about Loner that will not satisfy some people who may be looking for a bit more. The essential game mechanic is great for solo RPGs. But it may not satisfy some people because there is no actual system of combat. Combat is instead done by the harm and luck method. Let's go ahead and find that. Harm and luck right here. So it's basically just an oracle table. If the conflict is resolved by applying damage to the luck trait, roll the dice to determine whether the protagonist causes damage to the opponent or suffers damage due to counterattack or failed defense. The rolls are player facing only, meaning I suppose that the NPC, you never roll for the NPC. You simply roll your answer on a 1d6, and then do you get what you want? And it goes anywhere from yes and to no and then of course, say you do hit, yes, but you get what you want, but at a cost. So you hit the enemy, and you cause one harm to their luck, their 6 luck points, but that costs you something. So you have to determine, if you're playing by the rules, if you're playing by what you roll, you have to determine what exactly that is. That's not going to satisfy some people. I know I myself almost find it unsatisfying because, with an RPG, even though it's just a game, our little man here, we feel all combat should involve dice rolls between NPCs and PCs, and rolling damage from weapons and whether you hit and all that kind of stuff. And if that's mostly missing from what's basically just an oracle roll, that is going to feel, again, that's going to feel unsatisfying. What we have here, we do have Thrain wants to use his magic staff. Back! Back! I am the guardian of the way. Who has disturbed my slumber? As the living skeleton from a Harryhausen stop motion picture comes forward, and Thrain raises his staff. Back, I'm warning you, I am a powerful wizard. I am a powerful, powerful wizard. Hashem Shalom Shalai. And he begins to chant in the power, and he can cast lightning. He also has an invisibility potion. But here he's simply out of instinct, I suppose, raising his staff and chanting the magic words and getting ready to shoot the lightning bolt. We can ask the oracle, does the lightning bolt, does the lightning bolt affect the NPC? And we just roll a single d6. That's a 5. So where are we at there then on harm and luck? Let's go ahead. And 2, 3, 4. No, you don't get what you were after. And does not affect, not in this system. So he shoots the lightning bolt, but it has no effect on this this monstrosity, this walking skeleton that's coming toward him. So he takes his invisibility potion. Is he able to is he able to slip back through the door and escape without the skeleton monster following him? And we will roll 2 risk, 1 no. What he wants to do, actually, he doffs the potion and he's going to try to go around him. That is the action that our little man here, Thrain, is going to take. So what we do, we get our chance. We got 2. Let's see, where is it at? There we go, right there. We've got 2 risk, both red, and 1 chance dice. And we will see if no, he does not. He is not having a good day. You discard the lower of the risk dice. The chance dice is lower than the risk dice. Let's go ahead and see what that means as far as our oracle. If the chance die, the risk die is highest, the answer is no. They're not equal. One of them is actually the risk die here, the red die. Oh, darn, I bumped the bloody camera. The red die here is 5, so it's fairly high in this, the way this system is played. And so the answer is just a simple no. He cannot, even with being invisible. And in this game, there really isn't a way. There are no turns. There are no rounds. There really isn't a way to determine how long invisibility should last. But he is trying to get out the door. Let's ask the oracle if he can go the other way instead. Can he... Can he go the other way instead? And we have Both of the risk die are 2. We eliminate one of the lower risk. Oh, this one is painted. We eliminate one of the lower risk die, and then but they're both low, and so that means um, let's see. No, he cannot escape this thing, but he does get into. Let's go ahead and assume he can go back through the secret passageway into the next room. Now, again, the system of combat here is just not going to. The way combat is done here, or encounters, conflicts are done, is not going to satisfy everyone. Again, most people, or a lot of people, not everyone, obviously, it will satisfy some people, but a lot of people are going to want combat where both sides roll, armor class, hit, rolling for damage against on a weapon, and then hit points, that kind of thing. So doing it in this kind of open-ended, just like you're following the narrative of a story fashion, will not please most people. But you can obviously do what you want as a solo player, and you can incorporate the combat mechanics from another system. You could use a dice pool system, although you'd have to determine how many dice your NPC, our little skeleton man here, how many dice he would get to roll as opposed to Thrain, and then the highest roll, or how many, whoever had as many successes, that would be who hit. Then you'd have to determine hit points, damage from weapon or spell. So there would be more to, if you incorporate another combat system into this one, which some will want to. There are, it's not going to take forever, but there are obviously more things that you have to think about. Whereas if you just do it with the harm and luck mechanic of rolling a d6 and then interpreting, like any other oracle, interpreting the result, it's going to be open-ended, but for some people that's just not going to cut it. Again, and it's problematic because the characters here in this system don't have the traditional RPG attributes: strength, intelligence, dexterity, constitution, charisma, fortitude, that kind of thing. Basically, you just describe who they are, their concept. It's a wizard. Describe what kind of wizard, and then who his arch nemesis is, where he's from, what he may be carrying, and what he can do. And that's how you fill the character out in Loner. Now, Loner is still a great little book. I highly recommend it. I highly think it's worth it. But like everything in solo RPG, and really in any game, if you can get the other players to agree, it can be customized. It can be customized to what you want, because it's your game. You are the one that has to play, or you're the one that's playing it for your pleasure, for your creativity. That is all for this morning, and we'll be back with maybe not Loner, because we've gone through a kind of playthrough with that, but something else that I believe is going to be very interesting. A game that has no mechanics, from a book of games with no mechanics, that are simply mind games, but modified for solo tabletop role playing. Perfect for solo role playing. That's all this morning. Thank you. Have a nice day.